What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Andy D back at you with another video, another live. Trying to figure some stuff out real quick. Just like how life is, right? Got to figure it out as we go sometimes. What's going on, bro? I forgot the name. Let me see. Put this AirPod in. I would have hooked up my mic, but I got to charge up this phone. So hopefully everybody can hear me. I think I need to title this one, Don't Leave Yourself Behind. Ooh, that's my kids. Oh, that makes me think. Got a lot of things to do, a lot of things to take care of, right? A lot of times we taking care of things, though. We catering to somebody else and not just to self, right? We're wishing or hoping or wanting or working or doing things in order to appease other people, but we're not really appeasing ourselves sometimes. So maybe sometimes we're stretching ourselves thin or don't have the energy to do it, or even at the time you don't have the urge, the appetite in order to do something, but yet we still sacrifice a lot. I don't know about you guys, but I know a lot of times just by being human beings, sometimes we sacrifice ourselves a lot just to please others, help others around us, make people comfortable. And a lot of times we end up leaving ourselves behind and not even taking care of ourselves, right? And I'm not just saying like, okay, we got a family and stuff, you gotta sacrifice, you gotta do what you gotta do to take care of family. That's all said and done, that's all good. Sometimes you can't put others before you and you're not taking care of yourself. So that's one thing I'm working on. That's one thing I'm learning to work on. Um, I mean, and there's nothing wrong with looking out for other people, taking care of people, being that good Samaritan and being that good friend, that good family member, or whatever have you. And you're taking care of other people, or you're looking out for other people, or you're just being a different person. Sometimes those people not even expecting. But what happens is after a while, people start to take advantage of it, right? Hey, what's going on, Juan? Juan? I hope Juan. Juan. Shout outs to Juan. Shout outs to V Chill. Shout outs to y'all. Thanks y'all for being here. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Thank you guys for being on here. But don't leave yourself behind. And like I said, what I was saying, it's okay if you're taking care of your family. You got offspring, you got your your kids or your significant others or whatever. It's all good to take care of them. But sometimes you can't push yourself all the way to the limit to the point where you're not even taking care of yourself. Or you're not even taking care of yourself. You're not taking yourself mentally, health, physically, emotionally, spiritually, even financially, right? Sometimes we end up spreading ourselves even thinner, right? Hey, what's going on? I think it's Be Chill. I'm maintaining, man. I'm maintaining, living and maintaining each and every day. I get blessed with life. I'm gonna learn something and I'm gonna implement something and I'm gonna give thanks. I'm grateful. That's my motto, right? Be grateful for life. Continue to learn from life and do what we gotta do. But yeah, this thing about leaving yourself behind, we tend to take care of a lot of people or look out for people. Maybe somebody needs some extra money for some lunch or whatever have you. I'm not sure if you're the same type of person like I do that sometimes. I feel like I'm sacrificing myself even more. And this comes to play. What idea that I had in mind was the airplane thing. If you go on an airplane, the airplane steward says, "All right, if an emergency happens, and you got child, kids, or you got somebody else that you're taking care of, maybe it's an elder person or somebody of special needs or whatever, on board with you. Instead of putting the mask of air, the air mask thing, the oxygen. Instead of putting the oxygen on them first, they tell you straight up and down, put the oxygen on you first, because you're gonna need it first, right? Because if you're not able to survive, how you gonna help somebody else survive, right? If you're not looking out for yourself, how you gonna help other people to look out for themselves? Or how are you gonna help other people if you're not even looking out for yourself? So that comes into play, and I was coming across this psychology video, and they were talking about a lot about that, how people tend to go ahead and sacrifice more for others instead of sacrificing for themselves, right? People sacrifice more for others instead of sacrificing for themselves. And that comes into play a lot. Comes into play a lot in times in life. And it could be draining sometimes because when you go out in life and you say, okay, I think I'm doing good, you know, I don't want to be a bad person, so I'm gonna go ahead and be good. I'm gonna do things to make other people happy or to please other people or make other people be appeased and satisfied, but you're not making yourself happy, appeased, or satisfied. And I know it's probably kind of messed up with the audio because I keep cracking this window. I ain't expecting it to be so hot, and I am not keeping the AC on right now, right? So this is life experiences and what we go through in life and what we can learn, right? But don't leave yourself behind. That's the main talking point in this video. Don't leave yourself behind. You do for others, go ahead and do for yourself. You look out for others and buy somebody. Maybe you buy somebody a lunch, a coworker, a friend, or somebody on the streets. Maybe you buy them a lunch. Go ahead and one day take that time out and take yourself to lunch, right? Treat yourself to lunch. Develop your skills, invest in yourself. Cause to the point where it's like, for real, man, if you're not even looking out for yourself, who's gonna look out for you? Only the most high, the creator, is the only other being, that will look out for you. So if you find yourself that you're the one that, oh, I'm giving, and you're not reciprocating the same thing, don't beat up yourself or don't get mad because people are not giving you the same type of energy. You're different. You're unique. You're gonna put out different type of energy. And the funny thing is, um, other people, the kind of energy that you put out, other people might always like. They probably won't even know you, but they probably gonna always trying to expect that type of energy from you just because of what they heard. You know, they heard about you or what they witnessed you doing. So don't leave yourself behind. If you do for others, do for yourself. If you're putting a lot of effort into a relationship or anything like that, make sure you're also putting that effort into yourself, building up yourself, making yourself a better person, a stronger person, a better leader. Ooh, boy, oh boy. So yeah, man, that's one thing. Don't leave yourself behind. You might not want to leave other people behind. You probably come back and try to help somebody out, and a lot of times you're not gonna get the same type of energy from that person. But try your best, right? But don't even do that. Don't even do that if you can't, right? Don't stretch yourself too thin if you can't. Don't go out and making like agreements and stuff like that, right? If you can't. Don't go sacrificing if you're not willing to take on the sacrifice for yourself. Don't go sacrificing for others if you're not willing to sacrifice for yourself. And even learn, like, I just got to think about when I was younger, like, teenage 20 in 20s, you used to take a lot of risk, even just for your social groups, your peers around you. You used to take a lot of risk in order to appease the people around you, in order to appease your family, in order to appease your friends, in order to make them happy or in order to make them like you. But a lot of times in life, if you're not doing for them or if you can't do something for them or if you're not an asset to them, you end up being a liability. A lot of times, these so-called friends, these so-called people who's around you, these so-called family, these so-called social groups or whatever you're connected to, they're not gonna do the same for you. Things ain't right, money not right, they're not gonna come around you. That's a big thing. Money not right. Oh no. Oh, it's Friday. Your money not right. Oh, you can't pay for my lunch or my drink or something like that. They're not gonna come around you. So just be careful of that, right? You probably going out and about probably that certain core group of people. Like when that weekend come, oh, let's go here, let's go there, and you down for that. You looking out for them. You doing what you gotta do, you know. But then come to find out, you have a function or something like that, and you invite them. All of a sudden, oh, I can't make it to the function because something else came up, and this, and that. So don't think that the energy that you put out to the world, that you put out to other people, you're not gonna reciprocate that energy all the time, right? Not gonna reciprocate that energy all the time. So my thing is, like I said, ladies and gentlemen, don't leave yourself behind. Don't leave yourself behind. Don't always try to make other people happy. Over and don't go over and beyond just to appease other people and try to make other people high. Juan, what's going on, Juan Silva? Wait, you don't speak English? I was about to ask you where you from, Juan Silva. Shout out to everybody who's on here. Make sure y'all don't leave yourself behind, right? The only time that you probably should leave yourself behind is when you're the captain of the ship and you got all everybody off, you know? Something's going wrong, you got everybody off. You got the kids off, you got the women and children off, and then you gotta take care of yourself. Make sure you don't leave yourself behind, right? You're the captain of the ship. You don't want to go down with the ship. You don't want to leave yourself behind sinking on the ship. Find a way to get through it, right? But the main thing I just want to focus on and message I'm trying to get out is don't leave yourself behind. You put energy and all of that stuff into other people. You put time, money, energy, all of that stuff, probably even more towards other people than you do for yourself. Don't leave yourself behind, man. Don't leave yourself behind. Don't leave yourself behind. Start thinking more about yourself. Start putting more into yourself. Stop feeding that energy more into yourself. Don't leave yourself behind. Don't go down with the ship. Don't leave yourself behind. Stop worrying about trying to make other people, always trying to make other people happy, and you're leaving yourself behind. You're going above and beyond to make sure people are situated. You're sacrificing things, sacrificing your time, you're sacrificing your money, you're sacrificing your energy, just to trying to make sure other people are straight, right? Not everybody's gonna think like you. Not everybody's gonna think like you. Ooh. And I'm not saying being selfish or nothing. Definitely not saying being selfish. Or matter of fact, is there a problem with being selfish? Now that I think about it, a thought just came to my mind when I said don't be selfish. And I really thought about it. Is it okay to be selfish? I think I'm gonna do a live about that. See if people tap in. I'm selfish. I don't give a. I'm about to be selfish. I'm starting to be selfish, and I don't give a. Right? 'Cause like I said, you put your energy, you put your time, put the work in. Look out for people. Take people different places, or they don't. It's just a wide variety of things that your unique self would be doing or are doing for other people, but you're not reciprocating the same thing. So with that said, don't put too much time and energy into that. Put a lot of time and energy back into yourself. Don't leave yourself behind, right? Don't spread your thin. Don't spread yourself thin, just trying to make other people happy, and they don't care about your happiness, right? Or they're being selfish and they don't do the same thing for you, right? So maybe it's a time to be selfish. Maybe it's time for people to start being more selfish and start worrying about themselves and what's going on with themselves within their life, with their energy, their realm of things, and then we can start helping out others. And then we can start feeding others. And then Once we get our money right, we can start giving money to others. And then once we get some food on the table, we can feed others. We can invite other people to the table instead of keep spreading ourselves thin. Then you really don't got nothing to bring to the board, to the table, right? Spread your thing self thin. You don't got nothing to bring to the table, and then when you need to survive, it's gonna be difficult for you to survive because the right energy is not there that you gave out, right? The right energy is not coming back. The same energy you gave out, they're not putting back in, right? All right, so we'll get off this live. Thank everybody for being on here. So shout outs to everybody who was on this live. Shout outs to Juan. Big shout outs to Juan. V Chillice. So big shout outs to Juan and V Chillice. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for tuning on this live. Talking about don't leave yourself behind, right? So I guess nobody's doing here no more. So I guess I'll hop on another time and I'll talk to y'all later. Be safe.